All right, everybody, Reggie from the Front Row Report. We're in Noblesville. We're on Warped Tour again. Got the guys from Atreyu. Guys, how are we feeling?
Doing all right. Feeling good. It's first time in 11 years doing this, so it's cool to be back.
All right. Close. Man, so you guys are still you're finish up your comeback run right now. You guys got back together last year, released "Long Live," the comeback album, which, guys, killer album.
Thank you.
It is exactly what any Atreyu fan could possibly want from you guys. And
Thanks.
You got it, and right away you guys hit the road like immediately. I caught up with the guys at Louder Than Life last year down in Louisville. But I mean, looking back on this last year, what really stands out to you guys?
A lot. Yeah, a lot. I mean, it's just changed a lot. The scene's a little bit different than it was when we were first coming up, and I mean, there's a lot of different bands. There's a handful of the bands that were around when we were around, but it's interesting to see who kind of made it out the other side and who's not, and who's the new bands around now, and kind of what's shaking things up these days.
Okay.
Yeah, we went to Australia and did some rad festivals. We did a lot of European stuff. It was very fun. Just it's been overwhelming response actually. We had some of the biggest shows of our lives. Last month, like we're doing Warped Tour again. Like everything's rad.
Awesome. I mean, with Warped Tour, you guys are Warped Tour vets, but it's been a while since you've done it.
Yeah.
Is there anything different about Warped Tour now compared to when you did it last? I mean, obviously.
The first day. Yeah, we haven't played yet. So
really? This is your first Warped Tour?
Yeah, like
okay.
Yeah,
we just had catering and came in here.
Oh shit! Wow.
So we've done that. Yeah.
It's kind of weird though, because like we got in the line in the catering, and then it just kind of all came back to me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm on Warped Tour. I go right.
So he's got that catering line, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So at what point today did you guys find out what time you guys were going to be playing? I mean, if you know for a while, or did you find out a while after you woke up?
I think you found it at like 8 or 10 a.m. every day.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I was literally in my bunk, like waking up, and I saw it on my phone. Oh shit! Can we play at 5:15? Sweet.
Yeah, gotta stay for 2 more hours.
At least you got a little bit of time to get ready, enjoy the catering, and but man, I mean, so looking back on Long Live, I mean, going in to write that record, I mean, it's been a while since you've written together, obviously. Was it natural? Did it take a while to get back in the swing of it? I mean, how did it feel going into that process for you?
Didn't feel any different. We didn't it's like we never separated. To be perfectly honest.
If anything, we were more excited because we did take a break for a while, and it was kind of welling up all this excitement and ideas and stuff. So when it came time to write, like, we just pumped songs out pretty quick. I mean, to the point of even, sometimes we were knocking out 2 songs a day, almost in the entirety. So it was a pretty fast, easy process. I think because after doing so many albums, every album was with a different producer at a different time in our lives and a different vibe on each album, and like we learned so much collectively from that, and even from taking time off. So the collective effort of all that is made us even that much more confident and focused on what it is that we wanted to do for Long Live. So.
Okay. I mean, did you guys think that you were going to be doing this again down the road, or I mean, when you guys took the break and everything, did you ever think that you would be back here again? Not necessarily on Warped Tour, but
I think it was an inevitable thing in our minds, but it was a pause button. We just needed to hit a pause, step back. Like, these dudes have been doing it since they were 15, 16 years old. They've never known themselves outside of Atreyu, so it was a big thing. I joined in 2004, so I had like a little bit of collegiate self-awareness time, you know what I mean? But still, even for me, like, for all of us to step back and just explore the world and remember what it's like to have friends and be stationary and it was good. It was beneficial on all fronts.
Right. I mean, being on Warped Tour, I mean, it's kind of an interesting crowd because I feel like half the crowd, is new Atreyu fans, and then half the crowd is familiar with, the old material and has been there from day one. I mean, going into playing a Warped Tour set with only 30 minutes, do you play a lot of old stuff? Do you play mainly Long Live stuff? I mean, what are we looking at today?
To be honest, we play a little bit of everything, but I feel the thing that works best for us, we'll literally go on iTunes or Spotify and just look at like what the top 10 songs are and look what people are listening to, what's hot at the moment in our world, and then from there, that works pretty darn good. I mean, if we veer too far from any of those songs, we try to put some random, you get the super fan that only listens to the old stuff, and they're like, I want to hear the random track on this album, and we'll play that track.
We have 6 songs, we're never going to be able to play them all as grace, man.
Right.
Yeah, so
I want to hear the B-sides from Led Zeppelin.
Exactly. Then you play the B-side, and everyone just stares at you, and they have no idea what's going on. You're like, I thought everybody wanted to hear this crazy rare song.
And then there's that one fan that's like, yeah!
I mean, it's like,
everyone else stares at you.
If you go see any, especially even bands that have been a lot bigger, a lot more successful than us, like, I mean, really big, huge bands, like, you want to hear the hits, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You go there to hear the hits, and if they
Mhm.
start going a little bit too weird, like sometimes it's okay, but you're like, most people aren't familiar, especially if you're like a band like Rolling Stones, they
Yeah.
have a huge catalog.
Yeah.
And if you, as someone of our generation, listen to a band like that, like we weren't around when it all first came out. We came around at the tail end of it all, so
Mhm.
we're more comfortable typically with just, let's hear those hit songs, that's what we knew. We didn't grow up with like listening to the B-sides and this and that, and some people maybe got themselves with that, but
Right.
it's the hits,
So we
try
chose
to,
we chose 6 or 7 songs for this run.
Okay.
That it's just kind of experiment. We're gonna see, like we have some really old stuff. We have a couple songs off, every record. So we'll
Okay.
just see what happens. If a song
Okay.
just tanks, we might okay, let's put something else there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're just experimenting.
Warped
It's
Tour is-
kind of, sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
The vibe of Warped Tour is really laid back. It's, not really trying to impress a whole lot of people. You're more so just out there to have fun.
Yeah.
Give the crowd a good time as opposed to like showcasing yourself and, look how cool I am. Because it's
Yeah.
too fucking hot out to do that.
Yeah, nobody cares. Everyone's just here to have fun.
Yeah.
My photographer this year, it's her first one. Like, no one cares what you are wearing or looks like. They just want to have fun.
Yeah.
It's all good.
yeah, it's comfortable.
Yeah, it's the best thing about Warped Tour. It's like a giant traveling summer camp.
It is,
Yeah.
punk rock summer camp.
There we go. And is there any bands playing today that you had a chance to run into that maybe played Warped Tour last time you guys were here that you're like, oh dude, what's up?
Not from the last time we were here. I mean, there's
Good Charlotte played last time we were
Did
here.
they play last time?
Yeah, I think they had
That's
a
when
few
we
dates.
met
A few dates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, there's a few bands that we've known over the years. Whether you're Bullet for My Valentine,
Yeah.
obviously Good Charlotte, or
Sum 41.
Every Time I Die.
Yeah.
Yeah, just bands we've just been touring with that kind of come from our era of music. So it's
Awesome.
it's I don't know, it's cool. It's cool. Like again, like we were saying earlier, like to see what bands kind of pop out the other side from when we started.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of good bands still around that are all really good people. So it's nice to have those people around and be able to hang with them and play with them still.
Awesome. So we're coming up on a year since Long Live release. Have we started looking at what sonically the next album can sound like or look like, or are we still enjoying the Long Live run right now?
Yeah, still. I mean, we kind of have an idea of where we're going with the next album. I mean, every album we do something a little bit different. We never want to cookie cutter and have the one album sound exactly like the last one.
Right.
But yeah, I feel like we haven't started writing yet, but we already have kind of an idea and a focus of where we want to go with it and who we want to potentially record with and all this stuff.
Okay.
It's all top secret for now.
There we go. It's gotta say that.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep stuff top secret these days. It
Mhm.
really is. So, I mean, I can't wait to hear the next one. Look forward to seeing you guys again today.
Thanks.
So,
No, thank you.
guys, thanks for talking to me and have a
Thank
great
you.
set out there.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheers.
Pleasure.